Pride has destroyed more families than poverty ever did. Have a way of making ordinary decisions look suspicious. The longer you hide something, the bigger it becomes. I've been thinking about something. Sometimes we inherit more than money from our families. We inherit beliefs. Yeah. Some people grow up believing that every achievement belongs to the entire family. But wait, I keep thinking about one sentence. Parents don't need permission to make family decisions.
That statement bothered me more
Welcome
than
back to Becoming Podcast, the place where ordinary people share extraordinary real-life experiences. This is where we have honest conversations about relationships, family, money, faith, personal growth, and those uncomfortable truths that many people are afraid to discuss.
Yes. Woo!
Today's story, honestly, it made me stop reading halfway. Not because it was unbelievable, but because I genuinely didn't know who was wrong.
You know it's serious when she says that. Usually before the show, she tells me, this one is straightforward. Today, she simply looked at me and said, you'll have to hear this yourself.
Exactly, because I honestly kept changing my opinion every few paragraphs. So let's hear from today's listener. Hello, Becoming Podcast. I'm 26 years old. Last month, I stopped talking to my parents. Some members of my family now call me ungrateful. Others say I finally stood up for myself. I honestly don't know anymore. Here's what happened.
Tell us.
Growing up, my parents always told me they were saving money for my university education. Every birthday, every Christmas, whenever relatives gave me money, they always said, we're putting it into your education fund. I believed them completely.
Yeah.
By the time I turned 18, they told me my university savings had grown into a significant amount. That gave me peace of mind. I focused on my studies. I worked hard. I earned admission. Then something unexpected happened. I received a scholarship. It covered almost everything: tuition, accommodation, books, even part of my feeding expenses.
Hey.
I was overjoyed. My parents congratulated me.
That's really awesome to hear. Yeah. If I could see someone to give me scholarship during my university days.
Or, Savvy books, both. Back to the story. Everyone celebrated. I assumed that meant my education savings would simply remain untouched. Maybe for my master's degree.
That's a good plan there.
Or to help me start life after graduation. Nobody ever suggested otherwise. Fast forward 5 years. I graduated, found a decent job, started planning to buy my first apartment. One evening, I casually asked my dad about the education savings. He became strangely quiet. Then my mom looked away. My heart immediately dropped. My father finally said, "Used it?" I asked.
Used it for what?
He replied, "We invested it." At first, I felt relieved. I thought maybe they invested it and it had grown. Then he continued, "We used the money to help your younger brother start his automobile business."
Like, seriously, is it their money?
I honestly thought he was joking. He wasn't, apparently. When my brother wanted to start his business, they believed it was the right opportunity. Since my scholarship covered my education, they felt the money no longer belonged to me. They believed it now belonged to the family. My brother's business became the investment. Nobody asked me. Nobody informed me. Nobody even mentioned it. For 5 years, I knew absolutely nothing. I asked them, when exactly were you planning to tell me? My mom answered, when you eventually became successful yourself, we thought you'd understand. My brother wasn't apologetic either. He said, we're family. If the roles were reversed, you'd want me to support you too. But nobody asked me.
My brother said,
parents don't need permission to make family decisions. That sentence broke something inside me. I left, blocked everyone's number. My grandparents, uncles, aunties, everyone started calling. Some said, family comes first. Others accused me of valuing money more than relationships. The worst part? Cheers. My brother's business is doing very well today. He now drives a luxury SUV, owns 2 shops, travels abroad for business.
Meanwhile,
I'm still paying rent every year. I don't even know whether I'm angry because of the money or because everyone decided my future without including me. Am I wrong for cutting them off? This is my story, the lady said.
Honestly speaking, this story get as it be. Should I talk about the mindset of her family?
Like, seriously.
The parents think they acted wisely.
Wait, you think the parents have reasons?
Hear me out. I'm not saying they were right. I'm saying I understand how they arrived there.
African parents don't think in terms of this belongs to one child. They think this belongs to the family.
I understand that, but there's a difference between family resources and money repeatedly presented as someone else's future. If you spend it, at least have the courage to tell them.
That right there is where they lost me. The secrecy, not the investment, the secrecy.
Exactly. Imagine asking about your savings and discovering they've been gone for years. That's not a misunderstanding. That's a shock.
Let's ask everyone watching. If your parents invested money saved in your name, without telling you, would you forgive them Or would that permanently damage the relationship? Don't answer too quickly. Think about it, because this isn't just about money. It's about trust.
But wait, I keep thinking about one sentence. Parents don't need permission to make family decisions.
That statement bothered me more than the missing money.
Because where do you draw the line? If parents don't need permission, does that mean children don't deserve honesty?
No, I think the line is actually here where the money went.
Yes.
That's a fair question, but let me challenge that for a moment.
Yeah.
Imagine you're the father. You have 2 children. One unexpectedly receives a full scholarship. The other has a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to start a business. You only have one pool of money. As a parent, you're thinking about the whole family's future. So
No, I don't agree. Not because helping the younger brother was wrong.
Right.
Because they removed one child's right to choose.
Wow.
Imagine they had called her and said, "You've received a scholarship. We're thinking about helping your brother." Even if she said no, at least she was respected. Instead, they made the decision, then hid it for 5 years.
now that's where you've won me over. Communication. People often destroy trust trying to avoid difficult conversations. Ironically, the conversation they avoided usually becomes much worse later. Let me tell you something that happened to a friend of mine.
Right.
His father sold a piece of family land without telling any of the children. Years later, the children found out. They weren't angry because the land was sold. They were angry because nobody trusted them enough to tell them.
Yeah.
The money wasn't the real issue. The silence was.
Yeah.
Exactly. Secrets have a way of making ordinary decisions look suspicious. The longer you hide something, the bigger it becomes. Can I ask something?
Suppose the business had failed. Suppose the younger brother lost everything. Would the parents have refunded the daughter's savings? Or would everyone have simply said, "God knows best"?
Now that's the uncomfortable question. Nobody likes answering that. But seriously, that's why transparency matters.
African parents have a special way of announcing shocking news. They'll first ask, "Are you sitting down?"
Or they'll say, "Don't be angry first." Immediately you know, you're about to hear something that will definitely make you angry.
Or my favorite, "Everything we do is for your own good."
Meanwhile, you're wondering who's good exactly.
Now,
Here's where this story becomes difficult. The younger brother wasn't the one who made the decision. Their parents did.
so should the sister be angry with him? I think he also shares some responsibility.
Because once he discovered where the money came from,
He could have approached his sister himself, even if repayment wasn't possible immediately. An apology costs nothing. Gratitude costs nothing. Humility costs nothing. Instead,
he defended the decision. That made things worse. Exactly. Sometimes people don't need compensation immediately. They need acknowledgement. Imagine him saying, "Sis, I know this wasn't fair. I'm sorry. I'll repay you over time."
That alone might have healed half the wound.
Pride has destroyed more families than poverty ever did.
people refuse to apologize because they think apologizing means losing.
Now we want to hear from you. Imagine you were the daughter. Would you forgive your parents? Would you demand repayment? Or would you cut ties completely? There are no easy answers here. Drop your thoughts in the comments. We genuinely read them.
And here's another question. If you were the younger brother, would you keep the business? Or would you insist on paying your sister back?
Be honest, not what sounds noble. What would you actually do? We really want to know your thoughts. You know what? I've been thinking about something. Sometimes we inherit more than money from our families. We inherit beliefs. Yeah. Some people grow up believing that every achievement belongs to the entire family. Right. Others grow up believing that once something is promised to you, it should remain yours.
Neither belief is automatically wrong.
Mm-hmm. The problem starts when everyone assumes they're living by the same rules.
Yeah. Without ever talking about them.
That's such an important point.
Families don't usually fall apart because of one big event.
Yeah.
Most of the time, they fall apart because of years of unspoken expectations. One person assumes, another person assumes something completely different. Then one day, everything explodes.
And when trust breaks inside a family, it's different. If a stranger disappoints you, you move on. Mm-hmm. When it's your parents or your brother, the pain stays much longer. Because these are the people who helped shape your life.
If she asked me for advice, the first thing I'd tell her is this: don't make permanent decisions while you're still deeply hurt. Blocking everyone may have given her some peace. That eventually, there has to be a conversation. Not because what they did was acceptable, but because unanswered questions often become lifelong bitterness.
I agree, but that conversation also needs balance. Forgiveness doesn't mean pretending nothing happened. It means saying, I love you, but we cannot move forward unless we acknowledge what happened. Sometimes families rush to say, let's forget about it.
No. Before healing comes honesty. Before reconciliation comes accountability. And if the younger brother truly values his relationship with his sister, he shouldn't wait for her to ask. He should go to her.
Sit down, look her in the eye, and say, I benefited from something that hurt you. I didn't make the decision, but I understand why you're upset.
Let me make this right. Whether he repays the money all at once or over several years, his willingness to take responsibility would speak louder than any speech.
Absolutely. And to the parent watching this, here's something to think about. Protecting your children from difficult conversations doesn't always protect the relationship.
Sometimes the conversation you avoid today becomes the conflict you can't fix tomorrow. Children may not always agree with your decisions, but many will respect honesty.
Exactly. Trust isn't built because everyone gets what they want. Trust is built because people know the truth, even when the truth is uncomfortable.
Today's story wasn't really about money. It was about trust, communication, respect.
And the difficult balance between family loyalty. If this story teaches us anything, it's this. Don't assume the people you love understand your intentions. Explain them. Have the difficult conversations. Because silence has a way of creating wounds that honesty could have prevented. It doesn't always give us easy answers.
But every honest conversation brings us one step closer to wisdom.
If you enjoyed today's discussion, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Becoming Podcast, and share this episode with someone who loves thoughtful conversations about real life.
And until we come your way next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep becoming.
Bye-bye.